Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Finally, we are getting out of the Boruto arc of endlessness. So, I truly appreciate that the story has finally seemingly brought the main character who is, important to the whole reason why we're here and gave them more of a reasoning to be relevant. So, yeah, thank you for that. But in this week's episode, we also learned that with whatever Mitsuki saw throughout this whole entire plan, he somehow saw something dangerous within it and wanted to. Um, I don't know why, but he wanted to pretty much get in and destroy it from the heart. And this again kind of gives me the feeling that Orochimaru is behind this, or um, I mean, he's saying it's his own will, so maybe this will be the final thing that he really needed to get the push over the edge to understand that he is a person who can make his own choices and stuff like that. So very, very interested in what all is coming out of this. This new scene, Mitsuki, when not only did he play the role of like being an enemy, he also played a pretty good, convincing like villain for a second there, acting as if he was about to go out and body Boruto and pretty much show him that he was serious and he wanted to be left alone. So pretty scary for Boruto. He almost got electrocuted by all like from the jump. So I'm really interested to see just what Boruto and what's his face Mitsuki are gonna say to each other after all is said and done, because man, it seems like Mitsuki is supposed to get in a lot of trouble for what he's doing right now, leaving, not to mention attacking his fellow comrades. Like, all of these things don't look too good on his resume. So I honestly don't know where or how he's going to get out of this, and I may not get out of it, but when and how his punishments are going to be solved, because I mean, it's Naruto and he's already kind of looked past the whole Orochimaru was his dad. So if you can look past that, it's not too hard to think that he's going to start looking past something that he thought Mitsuki handled quite well on his own, or at least that someone in his position to portray the whole entire Hidden Leaf Village by not doing so definitely puts him in a better position to believe than uh, even Naruto himself may have thought would be true. So overall, I can see them kind of like saying, Mitsuki definitely showed that he is a Hidden Leaf Village ninja, but at the same time, I kind of wouldn't mind um, seeing just what happens in the overall arcing parts of, you know, if Mitsuki does get punished, if he does get like upgraded to like the mass ninjas or something like that, so he can kind of still live within the village, but the times he's in the village, he's more or less still working as an Anbu operative or something along those lines. So I'm not sure where they can go with Mitsuki's character. I honestly wanted to see his character be unique. So to see them kind of going in that direction already, I am not mad in the slightest. I honestly want to see that more than Mitsuki just getting let off the hook, which seems more likely than not. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Not to mention, uh, whatever whatever battle still is coming throughout this arc, I'm kind of saying that it's gonna end within this one episode, but I mean, I've been wrong before, so it wouldn't surprise me if this battle lasts much longer than the whole entire um, like if this episode the battle actually lasts the whole entire episode. I wouldn't that like as of now, Naruto being a series that had a lot of stuff already like this, it's not surprising to see the spin-off understand that it can lengthen these things because that's what the fandom used to like, seeing how people really aren't feeling some of these arcs back in the other times, but now that we got an arc and we got villains that are not dying within like 2 episodes and stuff, people still aren't satisfied with the villains' quality of how they are. So I honestly, uh, I honestly don't matter. I don't matter. Yeah, yes, everybody leave the channel. I don't matter. It honestly doesn't matter to me in the sense of how long an arc actually is, as long as it's entertaining, as long as there's things going on in it that I want to watch, um, then that's cool. Like, stretch it out, make it compelling, make these characters that are villains not seem like your classical villains or something. You know what I mean? Like, these people are literally clones meant to save everybody, and yet here they are taking advantage of um, the reasoning behind, why they can't be fully human and that they're about to deteriorate and all this stuff. So it's getting interesting, but at the same time, will this be something that overall comes back into the narrative of the story? From the manga perspective, it feels like it could. Like, this could have easily kind of opened a new door to where the manga is, but the manga never gets to explain as much because it likes to go. Um, so it would be nice to know that the anime wanted to flesh out the reasoning behind clones and stuff being so big, and then not only are they clones, they're having their own free wills, they're having their own thought process of maybe this is wrong, maybe I could do better. Stuff like that is not what you program or like expect a clone who already has a certain mindset that you try to put onto it. You don't expect them to then obtain a whole entire different will altogether. So that's just my 2 cents on it. But overall, it honestly can go in any direction. So I honestly just want to see what happens at the end of the story of this, and if it plays a much bigger role in the overall narrative. Because if not, um, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But if it does, and there's like clones out there that literally just think that they're created to take over the world, and they're given the jutsus of these powerful old school people that we've already known. I mean, for instance, the freaking prism that this guy, that Ku, could use, like that's a ridiculously powerful jutsu to be born with. Not to mention never trained as much as someone like the old man did to probably master it. And then imagine him taking his time to master it, or to even try to find some benefits to maybe uh, there was someone who was using it just like the old man, but he could also make very tiny ones that were harder to evade and stuff like that, and even harder to see. So I think Ku has that potential to do all that, but with Mitsuki pretty much attacking him in the back, other characters making their way and trying to straight up destroy these clones, I don't really see a place for them because not only are they put in a position where they're slowly getting taken out, but then you have a situation where Mitsuki literally puts his hand through one, like the back of one, who's already deteriorating. So not only is he already like dying from just the process of being a clone and the things that they don't have to fix that part of him, they also then add on to our heroes just straight up beating the crap out of them or even making them use their powers to a certain degree. Oh, my teammates level up when they're not on the team. Cool. Um, to a certain degree that now that you're fighting them, now that you're pushing them to their limits or pushing them to use things they might not be using, now all of a sudden they might even be in more danger because they're pushing their bodies to a limit that is meant for when they were supposed to protect everybody and stuff. So Boruto supposedly is going to go into more of the manga stuff, but what people have to remember is there's also boring stuff in the manga from what I'm hearing. So it's not like the manga has been nothing but action. Oh my god, this and that, this is happening. It's like Boruto the anime has been action, but for them to slow it down, give us some plot points, give us some conveying, enemies to fight and stuff like that, it just didn't hit the mark with everybody, but at the same time, it was definitely exciting almost in some of the stuff that's happened in the manga early on. So yeah, take that as you will. And I stopped reading the manga much earlier on because there is so much in the Boruto anime that is not even in the manga that these characters already feel much more different than the anime versions. Like Mitsuki, for example, you barely know anything about that character throughout the manga if that's the only way you're reading them. But if you come to the anime, we've seen him go through, the trials of becoming the ninja, following in the footsteps of Boruto at all times, and not to mention even the one shot that wasn't in the manga, but it was separate from it, and people forget that it was separate. Like it was its own like side story to better help you understand what Mitsuki's potential was practically. So yeah, if you really hate the anime but you still watch it, clearly you might not know what hate means, but if so, I will continue to do these reviews for the show because I do enjoy knowing that one of my favorite shows back in the times is still going strong. Like imagine Hunter x Hunter, Bleach, still going, but people hating on the old version of Bleach, and the new show is Conditioner or something, you know what I mean? And everybody's like, man, Conditioner's trash because I remember when Bleach came out. It's like, what? Or, you know what I mean? Like, no one's hating Boruto because of Naruto's series. They're hating Boruto just for Boruto. So, um, if Boruto can get any better, I have faith that it can. It's just these characters and the way that they've been created in the past, they kind of deserve the same treatment as the old characters if you want them to feel as compelling, if not more compelling, right? So that's just how I see it, and I hope you guys can either comment down below, let me know what you're feeling on it, or overall just let me know if you guys enjoy it or don't. So with that being said, guys, I hope you have a great day, night, evening, whatever the case is, and I will talk to you in the next one. So with that, my anime people, take care and peace.